Hey, this is the Farm to Table team. I am Tiffany Bellfield, El-Amin. Currently, I'm the food justice organizer, but prior to that, I was a Northeastern Farm to Table coordinator.
And I'm Laurie White, currently serving as the Central Kentucky Local Food Coordinator.
And I'm Jennifer Weeber, the North Fork Local Food Coordinator.
When we talk about farm to table, people often think that means we're putting on fancy dinners. But really, we're mostly mean the work of value chain coordination. So trying to keep foods identified with the farm source from which they came in all points of the food system. So not just what people would buy at the farmer's market and cook in their own homes, but also to have those local foods available where consumers shop and eat in their local grocery store, restaurants, schools, at food banks. This past year, the global supply chain showed its weaknesses, but local food chains responded really quickly to keep food on the tables in highly unusual circumstances.
Much of our work this year focused on addressing the impacts of COVID on the local food system. One aspect of our work involved helping producers to pivot by helping them think through the options that they have, connecting them to resources, and then providing the support they needed. And this may have looked like connecting to a new market, figuring out online or lower contact methods for sales, or different ways of marketing their products. One example of a producer who made this pivot are the Happy Hens in Owsley County. 2020 was the first year they decided to go big with season extension crops in their high tunnel. And when it rolled around, the pandemic hit, their restaurant sales dried up, farmers markets were delayed in opening, and they had a bunch of produce they weren't certain they knew what they would be able to do with. So with the support of CFA, they moved their produce sales online. They started deliveries to Hazard, Boonville, and they started using a newsletter to more fully engage their customers. When farmers markets opened, they blended everything they had been doing with their regular farmers market sales and achieved some real success. In fact, they achieved enough success that they planted fall crops and are continuing their online sales and deliveries.
So also during the pandemic, we had to have some conversations about what does Kentucky agriculture look like? And a part of that is our Black farmers. And the percentage is low, but they are a very important, vital part of our local food system. So as we help producers pivot, we looked at what the Black farmers needed in Kentucky to help them pivot as well. So during the pandemic, I kind of did a thing and bought alfalfas. I bought alfalfas so I could help with this process, working very closely with Black Soil, one of Community Farm Alliance's partners. So we were able to build relationships and start this network, which was already existing with Black farmers from West Kentucky to Southeast Kentucky to Central Kentucky, bringing their produce here to alfalfas initially, storing them for CSA shares, and also for feeding programs for pregnant moms and for just families in general. And then that actually started here, and then we got it to go to the Lyric, where we would distribute these meal programs alongside with Black Soil. And now Black Soil is in a larger space doing this work at a higher level, also with Community Farm Alliance's support. During all of this, though, we are connecting them not only to existing markets and new markets, we're connecting them to consumers and actually building a new customer base for these type of, for these farmers.
The Central Appalachian Family Farm Fund provides grants of up to $750 to help family farms in southeastern Kentucky mitigate the impacts of the pandemic and to support our local food system. As you can see from the chart on the screen, there were a myriad of impacts felt by farmers in southeastern Kentucky. A lot of it ended up boiling down to increased expenses and decreased sales opportunities, though. So between May and August, we operated 3 rounds of CAFFF funding and were able to distribute just over $100,000 to 138 family farms across 20 southeastern Kentucky counties. And this spring, we hope to operate a 4th round.
So during the CAFFF funds, just like when we were helping the producers pivot, we also wanted to know how we can get more funding in our Black farmers and let them know that we support them, correct? So from that, we began the Kentucky Black Farmer Fund, which was pretty awesome. So we had 2 rounds of it so far. With that round, we had 52 awarded applicants, and those 52 applicants were statewide, 27 counties to be exact. The total funding we received for them were $38,640. The biggest question is there going to be a 3rd round of Kentucky Black Farmer Fund? No, but there is money and funding coming, not just for Black farmers, for Black, brown farmers, and other socially disadvantaged farmers as well. So it is coming.
Building on the work of these 2 funds, our team is launching 2 tools to help us deepen and expand support for Black farmers and for Eastern Kentucky farms. The Black Farmer Needs Assessment and Farm Profile questionnaire is active now. The information collected from it will help our team plan our next steps to develop support and assistance for our state's Black farmers. The Kentucky Farm Profile will be released soon and will be a shared tool between Community Farm Alliance and KCARD to help match producers with resources to meet their farm goals and to match up farms to markets for their products, all with the aim of continuing value chain development in Eastern Kentucky. We hope that you'll stay in touch with our team to, you can sign up for our newsletter to stay on top of our work, and we encourage you, if you want to support this work, to become a member of Community Farm Alliance.